Very good afternoon, friends. I am Dr. Amarjit Kaur. I am Professor of Accounting and Dean at Faculty of Commerce and Management at Gurugram University. I am very happy to be present here, and I am going to discuss the topic on balance sheet for a non-for-profit organization. So friends, we have in the past a couple of lectures where we discuss revenue and payment account, receipt and payment account, and income and expenditure account of a non-for-profit organization. Today we will take up the balance sheet of a non-for-profit organization. So just to revise, just to remind that a non-for-profit organization is an entity which has been set up by anyone, any person or a group of person with a special objective in mind, but not to earn profit. That special objective could be to serve society, to serve a particular purpose. So that is what the not-for-profit organization is, or you may say in the current time you have been seeing many NGOs coming forward helping the society for COVID patients. So they all are not-for-profit organization because they are carrying over certain activities with an objective of helping people, with the objective of not making any money but to serve society. There could be societies, there could be certain trusts which are there from long, especially for example clubs, sports society. They are there to promote a particular agenda. It could be to promote literature, it could be to promote sports, it could be to promote awareness about health, it could be to promote about any particular disease, to promote education, to promote any area where the society needs awareness, where the society needs sports. Those all are not-for-profit organizations. Now the point comes in, what are they supposed to be preparing balance sheet like a company, like a business which is for-profit organization, which are known as for-profit organization? So friends, yes, all not-for-profit organization, very much like a for-profit organization, they are supposed to be preparing balance sheet. Somehow there is a slight difference between the two, but the balance sheet is supposed to be prepared by even a not-for-profit organization. Alright, the next question comes in, what is balance sheet? What is the meaning of balance sheet? The balance sheet is very much similarly defined for a not-for-profit organization as it has been done for a for-profit organization, which means the balance sheet is a statement which shows primarily three elements. As you all know, the first element is assets, the second is liabilities, and the third element is the capital fund. So the point is, the balance sheet is very much same as it is for any for-profit organization. Alright, so let me explain what balance sheet is. This balance sheet is basically comprising asset, liabilities and capital fund. So you may have noticed the difference of only one point, the capital fund. In a normal balance sheet for any for-profit organization, we say assets, liabilities and capital. Here in for non-for-profit organization, the balance sheet comprises assets, liabilities which are common and the capital fund which is very much similar as a for-profit organization. The only difference is the terminology, right, and some slight difference which I will discuss gradually over this these few minutes, next few minutes. Alright, so the coming to the what all comprises in the balance sheet. So in the balance sheet, as I said, we prepare on the basis of receipt and payment account for any not-for-profit organization, and it has assets, liabilities and capital fund. Now I will be discussing one by one all those items which are going to be there in the asset side, liability side, and how to measure, how to calculate capital fund. All right. So this opening assets are, first of all, is the, they are there in the beginning, and we adjust them for any purchase, sale and depreciation, prepaid expenses, accrued income, investment after adjustments, right. So let me explain you in detail now. So every not for profit organization, for preparing a balance sheet for a particular year which is ending now, this year, we need to prepare the opening balance sheet first. Unless a not for profit organization prepares the opening balance sheet, it cannot prepare its closing balance sheet, which is not the case for a for profit organization, for a normal business. There, in a normal business, we prepare balance sheet straightway from the trial balance. We do not prepare any opening balance sheet. Whereas in the not for profit organization, we do prepare the balance sheet, but before that we need to prepare opening balance sheet. So that's why I'm saying opening assets are to be adjusted. So we have certain assets which are given in the receipt and payment account, or which could be given in the additional information. So we adjust them first, right? We adjust them for what? This must be there must be question in your mind. We adjust opening assets for purchase of those assets which are there, or even for sale. So we may have purchased a particular asset during the year, right? So we may have some amount in the beginning, and the same particular asset, some addition has been made. So it means some purchases are made. So we are going to adjust that. There is a likelihood that the not for profit organization could have sold some asset. So we are going to adjust those assets which have been sold, and thereafter we are going to charge depreciation. So depreciation is charged on the opening asset value, right? So that's how we calculate the value of asset for any particular not for profit organization. Then friends, there is a likelihood that certain expenses which belongs to the organization, which belongs to this not for profit organization, for which we are preparing the balance sheet, they are paid in advance. It could be rent, for example, it could be insurance of any item, it could be insurance of building. So those expenses which are paid in advance, we do adjust. We do adjust it in the balance sheet before putting the figure in the final column, right? Then in case any income has been received in advance, even that is going to be adjusted. Any accrued income, which means it could be subscription money, it could be some fees, it could be the club generally they receive membership fees, but that membership fees could be received in advance, right? That should be adjusted. There could be there could be a likelihood that we earned the income but we did not receive it. Even that needed to be adjusted. Any investment which has been purchased during the year, or there was some investment which has been sold off, even we need to make adjustments to those investments as well. And then we need to show the bank balance. So these are the items which we show in the asset side. Now coming to the liability side, what do we show in the liability side of the balance sheet? So the first and the foremost is that we show the opening loan account. If a not for profit organization has taken loan from any bank, from any institution, from friends, from members, from anybody, we are going to show that amount of loan, but after making the adjustments. Now friends, you may be thinking, does a particular not for profit organization need loan money? Yes. Every for profit and not for profit, both the organizations, they need funds. They need finance, right? When I say finance, means either this is a business which is for profit or a not for profit organization, they need to take care of three things: the procurement, the requirement, and the disbursement. Very much like any business, the rules, the same laws, same rules of finance are applicable for not for profit organization as well. They need to make an assessment that what would be the requirement of funds for a given period. This period could be week, month, quarter, or a year, right? If, for example, a particular organization is running a campaign for against AIDS, then they need to make an assessment in advance that how much funds do they need during the duration of the campaign, right? Then next thing would be, where would the money where is the money coming from? Do they have the funds, or do they need to procure it from somebody outside as a loan? So that is what we say as an assessment of requirement and then procurement. And then finally the disbursement. They are not going to spend the whole money they have for that particular campaign even on a one go on the first day. They need to disperse as and when required, right? So point I am making is this, that even a not for profit organization need to take care of finance function very much like a business, very much like a for profit organization. And accordingly, this not for profit organization may need to seek loan basis on the requirement of their funds, that requirement for a particular campaign or for running the organization. It could be club, society, trust, anything, and they do prepare their budgets, mind you please, right? So this opening a loan account, which could be there already, we need to make adjustment, right, for how much loan we paid from the existing loan in the beginning. Did we borrow something in addition than whatever the balance we have in the beginning? Whatever the interest amount we paid, even that would be taken care. So we do adjust the payments, the receipts of loan, the interest, everything, and then we show the final loan amount in the balance sheet. And of course, interest does not go to your balance sheet, it goes to income and expenditure account. The second thing in the liability side would be special receipts. Now, what are those special receipts? Not for profit organizations, as we know, they are here for certain purpose, for some specific purpose. And many organizations, for example, yesterday I was reading the newspaper, this Hemkund organization has came up, and they are helping people with the oxygen concentrators and all. This is the current time I am talking, when our country is going through the most difficult times. There are many organizations which have came forward and are helping people who are COVID patients, right? Either with this oxygen, either with concentrators, either with medicines, injections, whichever, even the free consultancy, doctors consultancy. So this, for example, some donation has been received by any particular organization which is working for COVID, and that donation says only for oxygen cylinders, right? So that particular fund cannot be used for any other purpose by that organization. They need to use this particular amount only for oxygen cylinders. They cannot use it for medicine or paying the fees or salaries to the doctors they have on their board or to their employees, or they cannot spend it for electricity or any overhead charge, because this particular receipt is a special receipt. It clearly says for oxygen cylinders. Same way it could be, coming up or building a particular hospital with X number of beds with ventilators. There are many announcements being made by many organizations, right? So if that particular donation has come only for building fund, and that too building of a hospital with oxygen beds and ventilators, if this is the specification, then that particular fund will be used only for hospital building. It cannot be used for day-to-day affairs of the organization. That organization could be working from years, right? But this organization has received a particular fund in these days only for constructing a hospital building with XYZ facilities, whichever has been specified by the donor. So that particular donation amount, which we call as special purpose or donation or special receipt, is going to be shown in the liability side. It is not going to be shown in the income and expenditure account under income head. I hope this makes sense to you. Then the next thing which we show in the liability side is any prize or tournament funds. Sometime donors may announce, or you as an organization would have kept certain amounts separately to distribute certain prizes to winners, prizes to tournament winners, prizes to any competition. For example, if this is literary club which is promoting literature, which is promoting poetry, there could be poetry club, right? So if there is a prize, for all, there's annual function, there's a monthly function, there could be biannual function to promote literature, to promote a particular culture, to promote any particular thing, to promote a sport, right? So if that fund was created to distribute prizes for those who participate in those tournaments, those competitions, that fund cannot be utilized for any other purpose, for any other expenditure by the not-for-profit organization in question, which means this particular fund will be shown in the liability side of the balance sheet, and we will not show up any expenditure in the income and expenditure. The expenditure pertaining to this particular fund will also be adjusted in this fund itself, right? So for example, if a not-for-profit organization has a fund of 10 lakhs with them for prizes, for prize distribution, and in a year, let's say there were 3 competition, and in all the 3 competition there were 3 participants, like 3 award winners, first, second and third, 3 competitions and 3 winners, and amount paid was, let's say, 15,000, 10,000 and 5,000. It means 30,000 per event for 3 people, and there were 3 events. It means 90,000 amount been paid for the tournament winners. So this price of 90,000 would be subtracted from the fund itself. This 90,000 will not be shown in the income and expenditure account, right? I hope you are getting the point I am making. All right, moving forward, the outstanding expenses. So those outstanding expenses which are there in your receipt and payment account, the details are available to you in additional information, or it is available in any format. Those outstanding expenses are basically current liabilities. We are going to show these outstanding expenses in the balance sheet like a current liability. For any other business organization, the same thing is being done, right? So outstanding expenses will go in the liability side, outstanding income yet to be received will go in the asset side. Then unearned income. This unearned income is basically the amount of revenue which has been received by the non-for-profit organization in advance. I have mentioned many a times that many RWAs, they receive the subscription money in advance. Many clubs, many society may receive the subscription money in advance, right? So that unearned income doesn't belong to this year, and balance sheet shows only that amount, because we follow accrual system. Even for not-for-profit organization, the accrual system, accrual accounting is applicable, right? By that logic, unearned income is going to be shown as a liability in the balance sheet. The next item I would like to discuss is capital fund. As I said, this capital fund is slightly different than capital. In the capital, what we show, we have the initial capital and we adjust it for any distribution of dividend, right? And any profit earned during the year is added, any loss incurred during the year is subtracted, and that's how the capital is being shown for any for-profit organization. In capital fund, we do show the opening balance, but we adjust it for surplus or deficit, because in for-profit organization we have profit or loss amount. In not-for-profit organization we have a difference of income and expenditure known as surplus or deficit. So it means the opening capital is adjusted for deficit or surplus, and the final amount, which is the adjusted amount, is shown as the closing capital or the capital fund in the balance sheet under liability head. Then these not-for-profit organizations do have their bank accounts, and for times they may need to take loan or they may need to take overdraft from the bank, right? So it means not-for-profit organizations are also free, or they also practice to take overdraft facility from a bank, which means bank overdraft. So bank overdraft is also a liability for any not-for-profit organization, right? So these were the important points under the liability section. Now moving forward, I will be discussing certain other heads which are there in the liability side. So again, those are few special points. They are not very commonly seen in for-profit organization. Most of them are exclusive to a not-for-profit organization. The first point here is life membership fees. Now this not-for-profit organization, the main source of income for them is fees, right? They receive annual fees, monthly fees, fees for a particular program, enrollment fees for a particular tournament, particular competition, particular literature show, road show, any such thing, right? So few fees are recurring in nature. So few fees are recurring in nature, and they can be actually shown as a recurring income, okay? But there are few fees which are permanent in nature, like they are going to stay with the organization forever, for the life of the member, throughout the life of the organization. So we call them as life membership fees, and this life membership fees is always shown as a liability in the balance sheet of a not-for-profit organization. Then we have endowment fund liability. Endowment funds are basically created with the help of donors, of course, where they give X amount and they say that keep it as a capital fund and use the income of that particular fund, which is interest money generally, for a particular purpose, for distributing a prize, for distributing goods, for distributing books, scholarship, etc. So even this particular endowment fund is shown as a liability in the liability side of balance sheet. Then we have entrance or admission fees. So this entrance and admission fees could be shown as a liability item or could be shown as a revenue item under revenue receipt that will go to income side of the income and expenditure account. So it will depend. So there should be some clue given to you in a question if you are a student, but otherwise we can, if we read between the lines, we can make a sense either we should take it as a as a liability item or as a revenue item. The last item is legacy or liability. Legacy item is basically, legacy is something coming out of the will of somebody. Somebody gives that X amount, X property will be donated to or to be given to X or Y NGO or X or Y not-for-profit organization, right? So that is what the legacy is, and that legacy amount or legacy even a non-cash item, it could be a building even donated for a particular, or land donated for a particular society, should be taken as a liability in the balance sheet of a not-for-profit organization, right? So, thus just to summarize this topic today, I will say that there are 3 steps to prepare balance sheet of a not-for-profit organization. We have to have opening balance sheet, that is the first thing to be done. Then we make income and expenditure to know deficit or the surplus of a particular year, and then we prepare closing balance sheet. So, this is how we prepare balance sheet for a not-for-profit organization, right? So, friends, thank you very much for being with me. In the next few minutes, we will be discussing a particular case, that how do we actually prepare a balance sheet. I expect you to be there with me in the second half as well. Thank you.